2 weeks ago, I was driving on a road I don't normally drive on to take my daughter to a softball tournament. I looked over, I saw a for sale sign on a house, and I got chills because the realtor on that sign was Sara Muniza. You might be thinking, what's the big deal? Good job, Sara, on getting the listing. I hired Sara to work on my team nearly 4 years ago. And during the time that we worked together, I saw her transform from a single mom without a bachelor's degree to a happily married woman living in her next dream house with not only a bachelor's degree, but also her real estate license. I knew there was something special about Sara when I interviewed her. There was a go-getter nature. I knew she'd be a great negotiator. That proved to be true. But it was during a long road trip when I think she and I really got to know one another and we started to dig into what our big life goals were. You see, we were driving from Chicago all the way across Illinois to nearly Iowa and back in a day. And I told her, I said, Sara, I really like you, but I don't think we're going to be able to talk together for 7 hours straight. So let's download some podcasts to listen to. After we finished the Finding Richard Simmons series, which if any of you listened to that, was kind of a letdown, we started listening to the How I Built This podcast. We're listening to Sarah Blakely of Spanx and Barbara Corcoran, and we turned to each other and said, so what's your thing? What would you build? Now, I was already deep into building small town leadership, so she knew about that. But she started spilling all her ideas about how she would transform real estate and how finding people that dream home, helping people get into a house they didn't think they could afford would make her light up. And I said, well, what would it take for you to start to pursue that dream? I think she was taken aback a little bit because here I am, I'm her manager. We're working together in this context, and she's thinking about what could possibly be next. And I saw her go after her dream day after day after day. We stopped working together about a year ago when I moved on to my next role. And a few months after that, she decided to go for it. She launched her own real estate business and is now full-time doing that business. And in less than a year in, she is killing it. I do this video today to say that we have the power to help our coworkers and those we manage think about that next dream, even if it's not within our own organization. I'm not the only cheerleader that Sara had. We were on an extremely supportive team and everyone was rooting for her. As a matter of fact, many of her early clients are people that we used to work together. Think about those interactions when you see an opportunity to talk about that spark, that thing that someone's meant to be doing, and how can you be that coach, that cheerleader that they need in their lives to make it happen? Sara, I am incredibly proud of you. I can't wait to see where the next 6 months, 12 months, 5 years take you. I know you're going to do great. Thanks so much. I'll be back here with you next week.